what Aaron Rodgers just did in Dallas to one and done that team with everything that went on with that team this year is, to me right now, even with Brady's performance this year, post-Deflategate suspension, even with the Steelers having a 9-game win streak, what Rodgers has done saying, we're going to run the table, and he's running the table, I can't recall a story quite like this one, Peter, that's been developing.
Look, I'll tell you a quick story. Yesterday, I did my podcast, and I had Rich Gannon on. Now, Gannon is interesting here because he kind of plays the position the way Rodgers did. As a mobile guy, threw a lot on the run, and every year that Aaron Rodgers has been a quarterback in Green Bay, in the preseason, the color guy on the Green Bay preseason telecast has been Rich Gannon. So Gannon knows Rodgers about as well as anybody on our side of the business. Mm-hmm. And Gannon was telling a bunch of stories yesterday. People would really enjoy the podcast. It's the MMQB podcast with Peter King.
Check it out.
Cheap plug there.
Go for it.
But what was interesting is that he said that throw, because, look, Rich, I can't get that throw out of my mind. Rolling left, throwing off balance, throwing a laser that's 37 yards that hit the head of a postage stamp was an absolutely perfect throw, a tight spiral, off balance, ridiculous. The hardest throw, and Gannon said the hardest throw for a right-handed quarterback, obviously, is throwing on the run to your left without being able to set up. And what he said is that the throw he made, I could make that from 14 or 15 yards. He can make it from 45 yards. And he's right. Look at that throw, and look at how beautiful that throw is. And I don't care what Aaron Rodgers said after the game, that's not my best throw, and he really poo-pooed that. Look, I can't. He's had some throws in huge games that were huge throws. No question about it. I totally agree with him. However, the degree of difficulty on this throw, knowing that if he doesn't complete this, they go into overtime, and then it's a 50-50 proposition of who wins. But the degree of difficulty on this throw, this was one of the hardest throws in a big situation that a quarterback has made in the 97-year history of the NFL, period. So I don't buy, and who am I to tell Aaron Rodgers what is a great throw? In my opinion, having watched all the games where Aaron Rodgers would have made one of those throws, there is no way that he's had a better throw in his career than this one.
I agree, Peter. That's why I tweeted out after the game, he's football's Federer, the most imaginative shot maker.
Yeah.
A playmaker who never sweats or shows a pulse. He's like Roger Federer in cleats. It's something I've never seen before.
There's very few guys, and I count Eli Manning among those. Very few guys, I'll never forget after Eli Manning beats the Patriots the second time, in part because of the greatest throw of his life, the rainbow 38-yarder into Mario Manningham down the left sideline with two Patriots clinging on him. And I remember he was walking through the locker room in a phalanx of 9 yellow-coated security guys. Justin Tuck, I'm standing there talking to him, and he looks over and he goes, "Look at Eli. He'd look exactly the same if we lost this game." A total flatliner. And that's what you want in a very, very big spot, a flatliner. That's what Rodgers proved he was the other day.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.